Our series Return to Normandy. This week we mark the 75th anniversary of D-Day, the day that changed the course of World War II. We have traveled this country in the weeks leading up to the anniversary to meet many of the World War II veterans who are going back. They are our fathers, our grandfathers, and true to form, they are modest about what they did. You're about to hear their descriptions of that day. They remember it like it was yesterday, and they hope their country will remember too. In every corner of the country, from fixing planes in this Alabama hangar to quietly reminiscing among treasured photos in Nevada.
Now, this is my war pictures here, all my buddies.
They are the modest heroes who did something extraordinary 75 years ago. You don't know their names, they have asked for little attention. But now we document their return to Normandy. World War II veterans who were there on D-Day and who are now going back.
Harold Phil McMurrin.
My name is Jack Brown Claiborne, and I was Seaman First Class in the Navy.
My name is Norfield Zakari. I was in the U.S. Army.
My name's Harold Himmelsbach. I was actually drafted into the Army when I was 18.
And we have set out to meet them, to travel with them as they journey back. Harold.
How are you?
It's an honor. Harold Himmelsbach, raised in Yakima, Washington. He is 93, about to turn 94. You're almost ready to make this trip back. How significant is this?
Very. It was the most dramatic time in my life, and I remember best and saw things that very few people would ever see, and I saw it all.
Harold remembers everything. The morning of June 6th, 1944. That moment when those mines began to explode. That was the moment you knew.
Right. You better believe it. It was dramatic. It just blows up in your face. I was saved, other guys died within feeding me.
They had all been training for D-Day. Did you know what you were training for?
Yes. Everybody knew what we're doing. We're going to go and defeat the Germans.
So you all knew what you were going to do?
Oh, yes.
You just didn't know when?
That's right. That's right.
They woke up Harold and his brothers on that ship at 3 a.m., told them to eat and to get their gear.
And all of a sudden, I'm out on the deck when the first explosions took place. So I had no gear on or anything else. I was just, didn't even have my helmet on. And all of a sudden, this explosion took place right next to us. And it just, of course, was a shock, obviously. And it just, all of a sudden, the water came up over my head and washed over the top of us and everything. I was knocked around and down. It was a tremendous jolt because it was actually tearing parts of the ship open.
That was just the first explosion.
Right.
And as you're standing there getting your bearings,
right,
a second explosion.
Right. The second was more violent. That was a powerful explosion, the second one. And that's why it did so much damage.
This was the moment brave sons became men.
I remember I had to pick up one guy's head, you know, because he'd been cut and so forth, and you almost took it as the reality of where you were. In other words, you knew you had to do these things.
That reality at 18 years old. A reality he shares with veterans all over this country. Harold McMurrin, Newmarket, Alabama.
People say, how did you get off that boat and go in on the beach? There was a job had to be done. Somebody had to do it. We did it.
Onofrio Zakari, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Man, I was scared. I didn't realize what war was until that day. It was awful.
At 96, he remembers D-Day, even the smell.
To this day, I have flashbacks. I smell diesel oil. Right away, I think of D-Day. Can't help it. I just can't help it.
Jack Claiborne, Dyersburg, Tennessee. He was a gunner on that day.
Seeing all of these boys that was killed and just laying there on the beach, and it was just tough for a little old kid to handle. And we were all young.
Vincent Unger, Orlando, Florida, in the Navy.
We were the first on that beach on Utah. Terrible sound from the cannons and the bomb dropping, everything all around us. It was a fire, explosions.
And back on that ship, Harold, who woke up at 3 a.m., ate breakfast with his brothers on that ship, had learned he'd already lost one of them in the first explosion.
It was just take care of your friend, and that's what we all did. We were all Americans.
You jumped in to save others.
That's right.
All of these men who were so young when they were sent in on D-Day, now packing up, some of them driving to the airport, ready to go back.
I'm ready to go.
Harold with the letter he wrote to his mother just days after storming that beach.
I'm looking at this letter you wrote to your mom.
He tells me he hasn't read it in years, but he was about to read it to me.
Dear Mom, I suppose I should begin this by telling you I am somewhere in France.
He was extremely careful with his words.
You were being careful because of the censors, and also careful because it was
Right,
your mom.
my mom, you know. Mothers are sensitive too, see.
And he shows us the photo his mother made him take the moment he returned home. Proof she had her son back.
So this handsome young man is going back to Normandy.
That's right. I made it.
And for all of these men tonight, a simple hope for some closure, for some peace of mind, and for a country that will never forget. Harold, how important is it that America not forget what it is you did?
Can't forget. You can't forget. I'm very proud of being involved.
Well, we're proud of you.
Okay.
And thankful.
Okay.
Grateful.
Okay.
As we should be.
Okay.
We will be in Normandy with those World War II veterans for the 75th anniversary later this week. Reporting from London for the broadcast tomorrow night, and then from Normandy Wednesday and Thursday. And of course, we hope you'll be with us all week here.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.